In this episode, we take a look at the newest deck from the King's Wild Short subscription service, just in time for the holiday season. I'm wearing this rather fancy and luxurious garment in honor of our next deck review. I've talked a lot about Jackson Robinson and the King's Wild project on this channel, probably ad nauseum to be honest. It's no mystery that I'm a big fan. I did a top tuck cases video a few months back and his work featured no less than 3 times out of a possible 10. But lately it's Jackson's willingness to think out of the box, quite literally, that's made him stand out even more. The Maduro Gold deck, the Tigers Limited, and the deck I'm about to review here all have really interesting takes on the traditional tuck case. Conceptual executions that mesh perfectly with each deck's given motif. Welcome back to any loyal viewers. I'm TheGentlemanWake, and if you are new here, welcome to you as well. We've got another great episode, and we hope it will compel you to like and subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell down there as well. Jackson Robinson has made it his modus operandi to innovate when it comes to tuck case design. With Deck the Halls, he somehow produced a tuck case that is actually fabric embroidered. The box is of course still a box. It isn't as if the cards are unprotected. There's a standard cardstock plain case underneath the embroidery. The knitted fabric, made to mimic the kind found on ugly Christmas sweaters, is attached in panels over the underlying box. The pattern knitted on the back of the box represents part of the back design on the cards themselves. More on that a little later. The yarn is of course red, green, and white, as you might expect to find on a Christmas deck. There are 2 versions of this particular tuck case. The red version is a limited edition version made available only through the King's Wild Short subscription service. It includes an additional red ribbon with a handwritten edition number on it. Mine is 33 of 144. Just as it is with the previous decks in my subscription. The white Christmas version of the deck was made available in limited quantities on Black Friday via kingswildproject.com, and it has since sold out. Jackson also made a display version available to members of the subscription service. This one comes in a standard plain white tuck box with a cutaway window that displays the back design on the cards. Look, I've talked at length about the King's Wild Short subscription service on this channel. I even interviewed Jackson Robinson in an earlier episode about it. This is a pretty cool service, and honestly, the initial 144 collectors who signed up to receive these must count themselves to be very lucky. All of the decks thus far have been great. The back design is a busy pattern design made to mimic the stitching of ugly Christmas sweaters, and if you look closely enough at the printed design, you can see the individual threads as if woven into each other. The center block in the design is the same pattern woven on the back of the tuck box. These are completely custom cards with the exception of pip placement layout on the spot cards. There's nothing standard about them. The diamonds and hearts feature green faces, and the green pips of the club and spades are printed on red faces. The sweater fabric stitching continues on the faces of the cards as well as with the pips and indices. The deck includes 2 jokers, one on red, the other on green. They represent the nice and naughty lists, with names of friends, family, and patrons presumably. The Ace of Spades features a bold and big green spade pip with a Christmas tree within. As is the case with a lot of Jackson's decks, the court cards are fantastic. They are really fun and completely in the spirit of the holiday season. They feature royalty dressed in Christmas sweaters, and wherever possible, Jackson has included small details that are unmistakably festive. The King of Hearts trades his crown for a flip front trapper hat with antlers. The Queen of Hearts in earmuffs sips warm cocoa. The J on the Jack might as well stand for jingle as he holds a staff of sleigh bells. All of the spades wear Santa hats. The Queen of Clubs is keeping her fingers tucked into a hand warmer. The King of Clubs holds another warm drink. The Elvish Jack of Clubs is holding on to the North Pole. The Diamond Jack holds a Christmas tree ornament. The Queen holds a candy cane, and my absolute favorite, the King of Diamonds, does his best Santa impersonation, outfit and wrapped gift and all. The deck is printed by Florida-based Shuffled Ink. The stock is premium and thick. The deck is embossed and feels durable. They certainly don't handle as well as USPCC or Cartamundi decks, although they fan adequately and are quite springy. However, the bevel edge of the cards is practically non-existent, as farrowing the deck proved almost impossible and potentially damaging to the deck. Gameplay around the holidays should be especially fun and fair with this deck. Despite the alternating colored faces, there's very little in the way of identifiable tells. All in all, this is a great addition for collectors and members of the King's Wild Short subscription service. He recently increased the membership numbers by another 144 slots, but if you've missed your chance again, be sure to keep a lookout for future availability. Thank you to Jackson Robinson and the King's Wild Project for providing these decks so I could review them for you. Special thanks to my Patreon producers as well. Also, it's AMA time soon. Well, pretty soon. Ask me a question in a comment below that you'd like to see me or hear me answer in a future question and answer episode that I'm planning. It's a great time to be a subscriber here, so be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click here to watch me open some presents. It's the holidays. As always, it's been a pleasure. I've been the Gentleman Wake. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you next time.